Dickson turned down Broadway stardom when she refused to leave her 3 young sons behind to continue her role as Mrs. Johnston in Willie Russell's Blood Brothers.
Well, Stephanie Lawrence stepped into her shoes. She's now basking in the glory of 6 Tony Awards, but Barbara has no regrets, and in fact she's currently doing 2 weeks of cabaret at the Café Royal and stunning the audience with a voice that has never lost its haunting clarity. Cool, you might have swept the leaves, Barbara, before you did that. It's a shambles.
It was freezing cold as well. It really felt like being outside.
Yeah, what show was that?
I think it was the Ronnies. It's old footage from the 2 Ronnies.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know how you can tell from that clip.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm absolutely fine. I'm a bit
First
tired.
night last night. I'm not surprised.
Yes, it was.
How did it
the
go?
first night. It went very well. It's difficult to play a very small room. I'm not trying to be grand, but usually if you do concerts, you're playing to a lot of people and you're a slight distance from them, so you have to come on and project what you're doing to communicate with them. But there, the Café Royal, the green room at the Café Royal, is a small venue. And I think for people to say who are real fans of mine, it's wonderful because you really can reach out and touch somebody.
Like hearing a CD, you're actually there.
Absolutely, you know, you're very close, and there's only about 140 people in the room. It's very small. And in fact, I don't know, people can see the join, you know, so if you make a slip up, you really feel it's noticeable. You can't hide behind the scenery.
It was also Elaine Page's first night last night in Piaf, is that right?
That's correct, yes. Elaine opened in Piaf, and her party for the opening was at the Café Royal, so she said to me, come up and see me sometime, which I did. After I finished, I nipped up and we had a picture taken, and
you should have got together and sung the big number for
because you know her so well, don't you?
I couldn't stay.
Yes.
Thanks, Nick. That's an old joke. I actually could only stay for half an hour because I had to do a television programme in Birmingham this morning, you know.
Oh, did you?
So I couldn't
good luck
stay.
with that, anyway.
So I couldn't go to the party.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because of you guys. No, in fact, that's true. I stayed about half an hour and left.
And your last night's Christmas Eve, is that?
That's correct.
So you're not going to be able to hang up your stockings with your little lads?
No, my husband will be hanging up the stockings, and I said to my boys that hopefully I'll get back before Father Christmas arrives.
Yeah, what time do you reckon you'll be getting back?
Well, I won't get back before 2 a.m, I would think.
Ooh.
You drive carefully because of reindeer on the road at that time of night.
Yeah. I'm not driving myself, Nick. I've got somebody else to do it. Yes,
yeah, and who's cooking Sunday lunch? Christmas lunch?
Well, I'm sort of going to do it, but I've got, I mean, can you imagine? I've had to have a lot of backup in advance to help me to just be able to put it on the Arga.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay, look, Barbara, we'll chat again later. Got loads to talk about. But right now, let's just tell you that in a too hot. We've got to be very careful, haven't we?
Who are you?
I'm not referring to Barbara Dickson. Gosh, hello, Barbara. I didn't see you there.
That was barbed, wasn't it? Did you hear that?
Slightly unnecessary, I thought.
How are you?
I'm absolutely fine. I'm a bit tired, as I already said, but I'm well, fine and fab.
And you've got a new album coming out soon?
In February,
yes. What sort of album is that going to be?
Well, it's quite controversial, actually. It's an album of traditional music from the British Isles. It's folk music.
Yeah.
And it's something I've wanted to do for some time. And what I've done is given the songs a contemporary treatment without.
I mean, that's what you mean by controversial. Some people might object.
Well,
purists.
No, I think no, that's not. I mean, I think it's quite controversial for people who like me singing caravans because it's nothing at all like that. But it's I think to people who like interesting music, it's certainly pretty good. I'm very happy with it. So that'll be out in February.
You just said there you're a bit tired. I'm not blinking surprised. I mean, you're doing this cabaret every evening now till Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
But you're also the mother of 3 little boys, which I happen to know is pretty exhausting business.
It is. It's mind-bogglingly difficult, isn't it?
How do you do both things? Because when you get home, you must be exhausted anyway.
Well, at the moment, I'm away from my family until Christmas because I'm in London and they're in the country. But it is very difficult. I always laugh when people say, oh, you know, you must be so well organised, and I just say, no, you just have to get loads of support to do it. No woman can do a job and look after a family as well without having people to help.
And of course, when they get to a certain age, you can't take them with you when you're touring or something like that, can you? It's unfair. They've got school and things to do.
Well, but even before they were at school, when my 2 oldest boys were very small, I used to take them everywhere with me, and then I realised that was absolute nonsense because I was doing it for me and not for them. So now, with the help of my family and my nanny Sue, we organise between us when I will get back if I'm away. I never go away for long, but if I'm away, how long I'm away for, and when I get back.
Do they understand what you do for a living?
The two oldest ones kind of do. They think it's rather a bit of a wheeze, and they very loyally say that I am actually a better singer than Michael Jackson, aren't you, Mummy? Which I think is rather good. But they sort of know what's going on, but the little one doesn't really. He's 3. So
Now, talking about organising things, when you went back to Blood Brothers
yes.
for the sort of 10th anniversary,
Yes, yes.
your husband Oliver sort of was very supportive here, wasn't he? Because that was crucial.
Well, it had to be like that because we live 160 miles from London, and I was having to be in London 6 days a week without that same support, as I just said. I couldn't have done this, and I had to rush home anyway on a Saturday night and be there on a Sunday and Monday morning. I used to get up Monday to send my children off to school to have one shred of normality for them, and then I'd go back to London again. It was very difficult, but it was worth it. I think it was very good for me to do it. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, because I know that you've said in the past that you were anxious to bring the boys up somewhere other than London, a big city. You know, give them a taste of the country. And I don't know if you heard those reports on the news yesterday about the fact they've linked the incredible rise in asthma at the moment. They've linked directly to car exhaust fumes now.
It has been suspected for a long time that pollution is tied up with a lot of illnesses in people, but now it has, I think, conclusively been proved. And I just remember noticing the pollution in London not long before I left, and I lived in Richmond, which was actually on the edge of London, but it was just the traffic in London is just horrific. We have to get people off the roads. There's no point in building bigger and bigger and bigger roads. It's not going to solve the problem at all.
And very briefly, we were talking about smacking children earlier. What's your policy?
Well, I don't have a policy really. I mean, I do occasionally smack my children, but that's when I lose my temper, so that's a confession. Smacking to me does not work. They just get angrier and naughtier. And I think something like a really good sort of, it's the tone of the voice and withdrawal of privileges. Go to your room until you're civilized. That's much more effective, I think. And if they don't stay in the room, they go back. I think violence is not a good idea. But you have to have some control, or else
and teach
children
them
would be
standards,
like
right
animals.
and wrong and so on. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Barbara, it's been great to see you. I hope you have a spanking good run at the Cafe Royal.
Thank you.
The fun.
Thank you.
And we'll see you later.
What does that mean?
And I hope you get back in time. You have a lovely Christmas day, even though you'll be tired from working the night
it doesn't matter.
before.
I'll have a lovely time.
Are you going to stick around to look at the ball gowns?
Yes, we certainly will.
Great.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll stay by the fire for now.